Welcome back to Movies Decoded. This is your source for movie and pop culture news. Today, we will be discussing the third episode of Marvel Studios' The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And this time, there are spoilers ahead.
So all this time you've been rich?
I'm a baron, son. My family was royalty until your friends destroyed my country. Zdravo ti, Esni.
Movies DECODED. Gospodzinos.
Drożaniec. Please.
The third episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, titled The Power Broker, continues the title character's adventures and presents the returns of several familiar faces. Emily Van Camp returns as Sharon Carter in this episode and stars alongside Daniel Bruhl, who reprises his role as Baron Zemo. Both characters have pertinent roles in this week's installment. Sharon Carter's whereabouts were touched upon in last week's episode, The Star-Spangled Man, when Sam Wilson reminds Bucky Barnes that Sharon is an enemy of the state due to her assistance to Steve Rogers' team in Captain America: Civil War. The Sharon Carter we see in this week's episode is much darker and definitely a lot more derisive. As it turns out, she hasn't seen her family in years and has been living in Madripoor. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. She agrees to work with Sam, Bucky, and Zemo if they can clear her name. Ultimately, they strike a deal. Sharon does get a small action sequence within the episode, in which she fights some bounty hunters who are searching for Sam, Bucky, and Zemo in the harbor, as shown in the trailers. By the end of the episode, Sharon leaves the team, unwilling to get involved, but it seems as if she's working with another force. Who this is, we'll have to wait to find out. Zemo, on the other hand, is right where we left him. Sam and Bucky break him out because they need his help to learn more about the sudden new availability of the Super Soldier Serum, because, as you learned from previous episodes, the Flag Smashers are super soldiers. As it turns out, Zemo is very wealthy, which allows for some great humor within the episode. He leads the duo to Madripoor, a fictional city Wolverine fans will recognize from the comics. Madripoor is under the control of the Power Broker, a character from the comics who gave John Walker and Lamar Hoskins their powers. In the show, it's who Carly Morgenthau stole the Super Soldier Serum from. Of course, the interaction between Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes continues as well, growing even stronger in the episode. The banter, the jokes, and the witty lines are especially amusing this time around, not that they weren't before. Additionally, the antagonists of the show, the Flag Smashers, along with John Walker and Lamar Hoskins, do get some scenes in the episode as well, even at only the bare minimum. The Flag Smashers, especially their leader, Carly Morgenthau, is developed in the episode. The episode shows her coping with the death of a loved one. She used to be a regular citizen with dreams of becoming a teacher. However, when everyone returned from the blip in 2023, the world began to disregard those who never left. This led to many of the members taking the Super Soldier Serum to gain enhanced abilities. It's easy to feel empathy for the Flag Smashers, as they do have good intentions, and even in the last episode, they were delivering medicine to children. However, as it turns out, they were delivering the serum to those kids and killing numerous people in the process, many of which who were part of the GRC, or the Global Repatriation Council, the organization dedicated to restoring the world after the blip. At the same time, John Walker and Lamar Hoskins are still searching for leads on the Flag Smashers' location, and ultimately finding none. They suspect Bucky and Sam to have helped Zemo escape, which they did. This is as far as character development goes in the episode, as it is easily packed with a narrative that quickly moves the story along. Viewers who were unsatisfied with the slow movement of the show in regard of character development will be pleasantly surprised with the fast pace of episode 3. Returning to the plot, the team does find a lead on where the serum is being produced, by a Dr. Nagel in a secret lab at the harbor. He isn't very helpful, and Zemo kills him, reminding viewers of how much of a bad guy he really is. As Zemo, Bucky, and Sam return to the US without Sharon, as she wanted to stay back, 2 more surprises are dropped. Sam, previously reluctant to accept the mantle of Captain America, now wants the role to be destroyed, but Bucky still sees its value and assures Sam that Bucky, himself, will take the shield. The second surprise is when the team stops in Latvia. Bucky learns that another force is looking for Zemo, and that is Wakanda. After all, Zemo did kill King T'Chaka, as Sam reminds Bucky earlier in the episode. All in all, The Power Broker is a very solid episode with a very solid story and a very solid pace. The character development of the episode isn't as deep as it is in previous installments, but little time is given to miss it with the grand adventure that the episode takes audiences on. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is now streaming on Disney+. Tell us your thoughts and comments on the third episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier below, and like and subscribe if you would like to hear more from Movies Decoded. You can check out more Movies Decoded content on YouTube right now.